From LALATE News Headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a huge day with incredible news as a fourth stimulus check has landed in every U.S. state, and you need to get it faster than ever before. Why today? Because a new report coming out of Germany says there's a big problem with gasoline this winter. And as we spiral downward, the downward spiral will continue into the month of September. But by September into January, we're in the phase 2 of the second part of this economy, and the third one thereafter is recession. The data out of Germany minutes ago says that there's going to be big problems with shortages there for gasoline and heating oil. That's to warm your home in those winter months. In the United States, we won't have a shortage, but we will likely have prices out of control. And I know it's hard to make a recording in June 20th, 2022, where it's 80, 90 degrees outside to say, get ready for heating oil to heat your home this winter. But this is why you got to get a fourth stimulus check in every U.S. state, because later in this recording, we're going to show you how this troubling situation coming this winter is very disconcerting. Gasoline out of control, and that could mean utility bills out of control this winter as well. In this recording, we're going to go over the three phases of the economy, where the economy is right now, where it's going, and what it means for your money. Then later in this recording, we're going to get some big money. I'm going to give you guidance on what to do with your finances and what to do with your household as you prepare for the downward spiral of this economy. Plus, we'll be going over those benefits going up. Lastly, we'll look into the recession and why it's likely to happen in spite of the comments from the White House, Janet Yellen and Jay Powell. Step 1, become a member. Go right in this video right now and become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. Join this channel. Get those fourth stimulus checks in every U.S. state. Then get that newsletter tonight, Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, that had the big checks in there. We have a lot of other breaking news coming in from the mortgage industry, and also analysts guiding on what's going on the rest of this economy. The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, the coffee is brewing. It's brewing hot outside as well, and who else would prepare you for the financial irregularities of utility bills in November, in the thick of summer of July and June? I am, and it's Mornings LA, and the breaking news for June 20th, 2022 starts right now. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a beautiful day. It's June 20th, 2022, and it may be brutally hot outside where you are. It may be in the 80s. It may be in the 90s. But in today's recording, we're going to start with the breaking news out of Germany and why it's important for you and your money, even though it's 90 degrees outside. Germany, in an announcement minutes ago, said we have big problems in our country for shortages of heating oil and gasoline to keep people's homes warm in the winter, and it's a major catastrophe ready to happen. In the United States, we're not going to have a shortage so that we don't have enough to heat your homes in the winter, but we are going to likely have prices out of control for your utilities in November, and as soon as the winter months come in. That is why you got to do today exactly what Germany did today as well. Prepare starting right today. It is a downward spiral of this economy. In this recording, we're going to do three things. We're first going to go over where this economy is right now. We're going to go over where this economy is going. And then we're going to get some big stimulus checks for you in this recording. One of those stimulus checks involves utilities. And in this recording, I'm going to do something I've never done in a long time on this channel. I don't know if I've done it before. I guess I have. Is I'm going to teach you the ability to get your skill set warmed up, because you're going to need lots of these checks on a reoccurring basis. And you're going to need to establish the relationship for one of these checks now before situation changes dramatically. Let's go to Germany to understand what's going on, because this is breaking news, and I know the financial markets are closed. It's a holiday here in the United States today. But overseas, they're not closed, and Germany made the announcement minutes ago. It's a shocker. Let me give you the setup for this. In Germany, it gets gasoline from something called Nord Stream that sends all the gasoline from Russia into Germany. And the leadership and control in Germany right now is a Green Party, pro environment. They're anti fossil fuels, they're anti coal, they're anti gasoline. Guess what their leader said minutes ago, June 20th, 2022, right today? He said, I can't have my people freeze to death in the winter. And they will, because we have no oil lined up to provide them heating oil and to provide them natural gas. This is a shocker. This is a shocker that a guy who's head of a party that would never talk about raising fossil fuel consumption in the country is doing it as an emergency situation right now. And what does this mean for you? Same situation. Is that we're not going to run out of natural fuel, heating oil, or gasoline to warm your homes in the winter, but the prices will surge out of control and you may not be able to afford it. So I'm going to show you something brand new today on how to prepare with your wallet for this situation. Let me go over first what Germany is basically saying. The economic minister, Robert Habeck, said minutes ago that it's going to be really tight in the winter. That's another way to say it's going to be big trouble. And that as a result, they are trying to figure out a way to use more carbon-intensive fossil fuel, which they would never do now, and prepare it by ramping up production now in June before the winter months come in. Okay, this is big news for you. Why? In the United States, overseas, everywhere, the price of gasoline's gone up. How much has it gone up? It's gone up about 300% year to date. So you may have paid $2 a gallon at the pump just a few weeks ago. Now it's $6 at the pump. Presuming it doesn't go any higher than that, which I believe it is, that's 300% higher. Now, I'm not any heating oil expert, but if you extrapolate, that means your heating oil, your utility bills to warm your home in the winter could be up 300% year to date. So if you paid $300 last year per month, this winter you could be paying $1,000 a month. Can't afford it? Of course you can't afford it. And that is why I'm going to prepare you how to get that money right today and how to do it. First, let me go back and explain to you where this economy is and where we're heading, because this is part of the equation. New graphics today on the channel. There are three phases I've identified for this economy. Phase one is the downward spiral of this economy between now and September. We're currently in phase one. September is phase two. That is a very bad situation. That will mirror basically the start of the pandemic. It's going to be that bad. Phase three will be the recession. What do you need to do is you need to get every stimulus check you can get. You need to raise your savings and you need to remove ARDs. I'll go over that in a second. But it brings us back to the importance of stimulus. It brings you back to the importance of skills. And here's something new that you haven't heard on this channel perhaps ever, or maybe heard it a very long time ago. When I first started recording to viewers the importance of getting rent and utilities and mortgage assistance, which is Check C coming up late in this recording, I also talked about the importance of the skill set. I know, back in December 2020, it was very hard for people to understand the concept of picking up the phone and calling for money. You never did that before. It felt for some people unnatural. A lot of people are very happy with just pushing a button on a website and applying online, but picking up the phone and saying, hey, I need money for utilities. It was unnatural. People were not used to it. But once you did it, it felt commonplace. It felt very, very easy. So if you're new to this channel, you're doing that in the second half of this video. I'm going to show you how to develop this skill set to pick up the phone and ask for this money right now. You want to get this money right now. And why do you want to get this money right now? You're going to hear new reasons right today, and it starts this very moment. First, you want to get the money so that you increase your savings to prepare for the downward spiral of this economy. Second, you want to get the money right now so you develop the skill set of how to do this. If you've never picked up the phone and said, hi, I need money for my heating oil in June. Yeah, I'm going to have you do it in June. It's coming up in 1 second. Then if you've never done that before, it's going to be a little bit unnatural the first time you try it. And then after you do it the first time, you'll say, oh, that wasn't that hard. I can do this again. Number three, and this is breaking news today. I want you to do it today. I know it's 85 degrees outside. I know it's 90 degrees outside. You may not even have the heat on in the house. You probably don't. But if you have a heating oil bill or a gas bill, it's still going to have some value to it. Maybe it's $20 this month. Maybe it's $5 this month. I want you today not only become a member, not only go in the newsletter, not only go get Check C, but I want you today go get the heating oil or the gas bill paid. Why? I want you to pick up the phone and call and find the location, which is covered up in this recording, whether it's the city or the county or the nonprofit. I want you to get that person on the phone and get them to pay that $5 bill, that $10 measly bill in the month of June. You know why I'm about to say this. Yeah, you see this coming. So that when you go back to them in 3 months from now, after they paid you the month of June, July, and August, you say, hey, it's me again. I called you back in June. I remember you. I want to see if I can get some more money. Now it's the winter months and the bill's really going up a lot. I know I helped you with that $40 back in June. Yeah, how bad is it now? It's $700. Oh boy. Yeah, let me see what I can do. And can you do a couple months? Can you bring me into early January 2023? Oh boy, I'll see if I can do. I'll try my best. You were really nice to talk to back in June. Well, I appreciate it. You were as well. What is this about? It's about establishing a relationship with a person now when the times are not that tough, when a lot of people aren't calling for the money just yet, so that when you go back in a few months from now and you say, hi, it's me again, the heating oil's through the roof, the bills are through the roof, can you help me out? I remember you. It's involving that relationship, establishing that relationship. Talking on the phone to ask for a heating oil bill in the month of June requires a level of politeness, professional respect, establishing rapport. So that person remembers you. You chat about whatever you want to chat about. It's sort of funny calling up and asking for heating oil assistance on the bill in the month of June. But when you go back in the fall, when it's starting to get cool, guess what's going to be happening? At the same time, people's backs are going to be against the wall. They suddenly get hit with a $1,000 heating bill. They don't know what to do. They're panicking. They're going to pick up the phone. They're going to call that same person. And they're going to talk to that same person in an abrasive, rude, tough, angry manner. They think, I need help right now. How darn you not help me? You're going to pick up the phone and call that person then in September, 3 months out from now. And you say, hey, it's me again. I remember you. You're that nice person who spoke to me in June. Yeah, I need assistance again. Okay, let me see what I can do. This is why getting stimulus on this channel is an art form. It's a preparation for you and your family, and it's preparing your family not only financially, but preparing where to get the money ahead of time. Germany said today that it sees the situation so dire for heating oil and gas that it's not waiting to October to ramp up the fossil fuel productions of taking factories that have been closed for many years and turning them back on. They're not turning them on back in September. They're turning them on now. That's the same mindset you need to have. You need to start getting this money right now. Now, here's what's at issue. And let's go back to this understanding of where this economy is and where it's going. I do 3 things in every recording. I tell you where the economy is, where we're going, and get you those checks. When you get those checks, lay in this recording. Where is this economy heading? This economy is currently in a downward phase. Between now and September, the following events will happen. People are going to get laid off. Mortgages are going to go out of control. The housing industry is going to get much worse. Auto industry is going to get really bad. Travel and leisure is going to get hit badly. And hospitality is going to get hit badly. People are going to get blindsided. They will obviously get blindsided because people did not have a bad month of February. In fact, they had a really good month of February. Most Americans' month of March was great. And for them to go from March, that was pretty good or great, to a horrific September is a shocker. They may be blindsided by the change of the winds so quickly. The difference for you is that you have watched this video today. You've become a member, you've become a subscriber, and you're preparing your family financially with information by being prepared for the storm 3 months before it comes. The storm is September. Phase 2 is going to be horrific. How bad is phase 2 going to be? It's going to be like the lockdown of the pandemic of March of 2020. Ouch, that's really bad. The difference with you this time is you have a pre-warning. The great news is you're watching this channel and you have 90 days to prepare your family accordingly. People who don't are going to get caught up and going to get into big financial problems by September. And then in January comes the recession. Recession is likely because three events are happening. First, gasoline prices are likely to stay high. If gasoline prices stay high, then it is a 100% guaranteed result that the CPI stays high. That's Consumer Price Index number. If the CPI stays high, which is an inflationary benchmark, then the Federal Reserve definitely will raise interest rates. And that is why you need to prepare yourself in this phase one right now by getting as much stimulus as you can, raising your savings, and removing ARDs. What are they? They are adjustable rate debt instruments. If you have a credit card debt, if you have a car loan, if you have a flexible mortgage rate, either pay them off or switch them to fixed, because this is what Jay Powell is going to do in the next meetings. Jay Powell is head of the Federal Reserve, and he is going to raise interest rates. How badly? Really badly. He's going to do 3/4 of a basis point increase in July's FOMC meeting. Then August they're off. September 3/4 again. Then half. Then quarter. That's a lot. And if you have any flexible rate interest instruments at home, get rid of them right today. Now, here is what you need to know: is that in the last 24 hours, news reports have basically signaled, and I think this is going to continue, that Americans want a yes or no answer. And boy, that is really dangerous. What is the question? Is this a recession? Yes or no? No, it's not. Okay, we're good. That's basically what they're trying to set you up with their reporting. Really bad situation to see that type of reporting. Why? You could potentially have no recession and still have people losing their homes, losing their cars, losing their businesses, because it's going to be a spiral downward of this economy, very dramatic and very bad. And Americans who hear questions about, is this a recession, is this not a recession, and they hear a no answer, they may think it's totally fine. Also very problematic across the board is that people are trying to pigeonhole phase one as the bottom. It's not the bottom. The reports out today, no less than 2 reports in one financial news outlet today, are much the same. In phase one, which is just a downward spiral of this economy, guess what the 2 reports say? Bitcoin may have found a support level. Who cares if Bitcoin has found a support level? It's June. Where's the support level for Bitcoin between now and September? And if it has a support level between now and September, where's the support level in September? And if it has a support level in September, it's going to have need a new support level as we go into recession for 2 years. It's that type of ridiculous reporting. The other ridiculous reporting came in minutes ago that talked about the housing. It said the housing industry is in a better situation now than it was in 2007, and as a result, it won't be as severe the crash as it was in 2007. If you lose the home, who cares if it's less severe or more severe? You're losing the home. But let's make it very clear. 2007 is just a few years ago. There was another downward spiral of this economy and the housing market, and it was 2011. And by going out all the way to 2007 to find that data and say it's not as bad as 2007, good. Is that to say that it's going to be good? It's not going to be good. Now, here's what I want you to know. And this is what I'm hitting on a really hard note every recording, is that I believe most Americans think that a lot of the instruments from 2020 stimulus are still around. Here's another one, which is brand new today. During the pandemic, the utility companies were required by the states and by the federal government to not turn off your utility bills if you couldn't pay. You didn't even have to pick up the phone and ask them. If your bill was down delinquent $200, they would not turn it off. They were not allowed to. You didn't even have to ask them for assistance. This time around, they can turn it off. This time around, you can't pay the water bill this winter, they can turn it off. You can't pay the electric bill right now because of air conditioning, they can turn it off. You can't pay the heating oil or gas bill this winter because it's going to be 300% higher at least, maybe $1,000 if you paid $300 last year a month, they can turn it off. And you do not have that benefit of it anymore. What about the homeowners? There's no mortgage forbearance anymore on the books. There's no eviction moratorium on the books anymore. Now, there are 645,000, that's a lot, 645,000 borrowers who are still on mortgage forbearance that is still grandfathered from the old programs. I want you to understand that if you hear someone who has something like that, it's because they have it grandfathered. It's not being offered for new people anymore. So that's what's important to remember. What is so important for you to remember is that you got to get the forced stimulus check in every U.S. state. You got to get the forced stimulus checks in every U.S. state, and I found them for you. These forced stimulus checks in every U.S. state do involve also the utilities, and you need to get the money right today and then go back and get the money in 3 months from now, and then continue to get the money time and time again. These forced stimulus checks are in every U.S. state, and it started back in the month of March when viewers said, LA, can you find me checks? And I found them, the checks. Viewers of this channel are so smart. I love them to death. They understand to get money when times are good. Don't wait till your back is against the wall. So in March, they said, go find me some checks. I found forced stimulus checks in every U.S. state. They're coming up in the second half of this video. Who qualifies? You qualify. Single individual, 75,000 or less, go get them. If you rent, if you own, if you have children, if you don't have children, go get them. If you are on benefits, not on benefits, go get them. 75,000 less, a single individual, 150,000 less, go get them. As Kat once said, you do eligibility really well. My focus was threefold. One, I want to ensure that most of my viewers qualify for these checks. That's why I did them this way. Number two, I wanted big checks, monster checks. When this economy implodes by September, you're going to need massive checks. $200 check ain't going to cut it. $300 check ain't going to cut it. You need tens of thousands of dollars of checks. They're coming up in the second half of this video. And number three, I need you to get check and then go back and get a check and get a check thereafter. Later in this video, we're going to go over Margaret, Lorraine, and Johnny, and Mark, and viewers who continue to go and get checks over and over again. That is the importance of what's coming up in this economy. In the second half of this video, we're going to go over all these incredible checks. Get ready. If you've not become a member, go become a member right now. Go right in this video and join this channel. This is a channel that cares about you. Who else would tell you to go get the utilities lined up right now in the summer months and worry that what's going to happen for you by the cold winter months? We're going to go over all those incredible checks in the second half of this video. Also coming up in the second half of this video is the raising above your benefits. Yes, congratulations, your benefits are going up. At least 8% says the Social Security Actuary. But first, let me go back to something that's very important, which is to understand the situation of gasoline. You hear that word repeat a lot on this video. Gasoline, gasoline, and gasoline. Because all the roots of the problem stem from gasoline. Let me explain what's happening here. When there's a shortage of gasoline, the gasoline prices go higher. If the gasoline prices go higher, then inflation goes higher. Why? Because gasoline is part of a number that is used to determine inflation, the CPI, the Consumer Price Index number. It was last released for the month of May, just a few days ago. And that number, CPI, which includes gasoline, was through the roof. It went up 8.5% when Wall Street was expecting 8.3%. When the CPI goes higher, because gasoline goes higher, the Federal Reserve raises interest rates. And in raising interest rates, the Federal Reserve is going to send you a recession, because raising interest rates does not remove the price of gasoline or reduces it at all. Here's what I also need you to know, is that there is no inherent plan anywhere, I know it's ridiculous, but there is none, to get you the missing gasoline. 3.5 million barrels of gasoline are missing per day. Missing per day, because we've embargoed the Russian oil, and the Western allies, the White House, all have to get that oil replaced. They've not done it. And they had to do it day one of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, but we knew the problem back in October of last year. They didn't get it done in March. They haven't gotten it done in May. We're going to session. And guess what's happening? We're going into July, and they have no focus at all to get this done. The takeaway is I want you to presume, I know this is hard to digest, that the gasoline you're paying at the pump is going even higher. Upwards of $10 a gallon. I'm predicting it's going over. I'm going down over this in Evenings LA tonight at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. If gasoline goes higher, would go in recession. If gasoline goes higher, your utilities, your heating oil, those bills go through the roof. It goes back always to gasoline, and the solution again is the stimulus. You need to get as much of this money as possible. You need to get your family prepared. Preparation involves learning where this economy is, watching the videos throughout the day, preparing your household financially for the situation evolving. What's going to happen in the next 6 months is that people who want to learn, people who have learned, and people who have prepared themselves accordingly based upon what they've learned about this economy are going to be a better situation than people who do nothing. People who do nothing are going to be set by the wayside, and the federal government is not going to help them out. And those people who don't learn and don't want to learn are not going to be in a good situation. And the situation is going to get worse as we go into recession. That's why you got to subscribe to this channel right now. You got to become a member right now. Go right on this video, hit the subscribe button. Go right on this video, hit the join button. Join this channel. And get the newsletter that everyone is talking about. It goes over all the breaking financial news of the day. It also has that forced stimulus checks in every U.S. state. Lots of them, up to $80,000. And it shows you how to do this. It also now features the raising up of your benefits. In the second half of this video, we're going to go over these forced stimulus checks in every U.S. state. We're going to go over the raising up of your benefits and how high they're going to go. We're going to go over the narratives that came out of the White House, Janet Yellen and Jay Powell in the last 48 hours, and why they're not helping the situation. We'll go over everything you need to know as this economy goes from stage 1 to phase 2 in September. But first, become a member during the commercial break, and I'll be back with you in 60 seconds as Mornings Live on Air continues for June 20th, 2022. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And it's a good day. How are you? Good morning. It's June 20th, 2022. Hope you're having a beautiful day. I know it's warm where you are. Scorching heat across the country. And imagine a recording like this, I'm going over how to get heating oil bills paid. But that is how we do it. We prepare ahead of time. As Germany said, it's a major catastrophe waiting to happen in their country. They're not going to have enough heating oil. In the United States, we have enough, but the prices will be out of control. And establishing a relationship with the organization or the entity that pays that bill to you later this year is part of how we do things. Phase 1 of this economy is not as severe as phase 2. It's going to be really bad in phase 2. And Americans are going to get laid off, lose their job, potentially lose their home and their cars. And they're going to be demanding lots of money, and there may not be lots of money. And certainly if they don't have the relationship set up with the people that pay the money, then they're going to be put further back than behind you. That's why we're going to go over those incredible checks starting right now. Back in the month of March, viewers of my channel who learn so well, and I love them to death, and you're in the live chat right now, good morning. Understand, Get money when times are good. Get money when times are good. Do not wait until your back is against the wall. So back in the month of March, I said, LA, can you get us some checks? Can you get us some forced stimulus checks? That Build Back Better Act is taking forever. And I did. I looked high and low and I found lots of checks. My focus was threefold. One, eligibility. I want as many people as qualify for these checks as possible. So single individual, 75,000 less annual income, go get them. Married couple, 150,000 less, go get them. If you rent, if you own, go get them. Children or not children, on benefits, not on benefits, go get them. Number two, it was very important for me to get you big checks because $600, $400, $300 checks ain't gonna cut it. Ain't gonna fill up the car more than 2 times the price of gasoline. You need big checks. You need to be able to financially survive now into September and then as long from September into next year as possible. And finally, number three, you can see in the second half, I'm going to go over what Margaret, Johnny, Lorraine, Nisi do, which is get a check, keep on getting checks. It's part of the narrative. It's part of the focus. It's a part of how to keep your family ahead of the ball before the economy gets worse. And with that, let's go over some incredible checks starting right now. There's 3 checks, and we're going to go over each of them. I've given them a lettering system. Here we go. $6,500 to $12,000 forced stimulus check in every U.S. state. Wow, that's wonderful. It is for single individuals, 75,000 or less. Married couple, 150,000 or less. If you rent, if you're on benefits, if you're not on benefits, go get it. It's called the Homeowners Weatherizing Grant Check. And how do you get it? You know the routine. Step 1, subscribe to this channel. Step 2, go into the video where it says join the channel, become a member. Get that incredible newsletter delivered Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's West Coast time, via the YouTube alerts. Then go into that membership newsletter and go right down to you find Check A. Click the link. It'll send you into the nationwide website. Then choose your state. Then choose Homeowners Weatherizing Grant. And you're going to pounce. Routing times are about 1 week out when that first went live. You're not going to stop there yet. You're going to go get check B, $15,000 to $80,000 forced stimulus check in every U.S. state. Yes, this is monster. My viewers are averaging about 66,000 to 80,000. You want these checks. Single individual, 75,000 less, go get it. Married couple, 150,000 less, go get it. If you're on benefits, SSI or SSDI, go get it. How do you get check B? You know the routine. Subscribe. Go under this video, hit that subscribe button. Number 2, go into the video and join the channel. Become a member. Then get that newsletter Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Go in there. It sends you into the nationwide website. Choose your state. And then get that incredible check B. But you're not going to stop there yet. You're going to get check C. And here we go. Here is the wonders of check C. It's a $2,000 over 12 months average check. MSC, monthly stimulus check. Many of you are getting over $45,000 on average. This is the residue of what was called purple at the time, back in December 2020. It then became law under third stimulus. They had a lot more of the money, and it's still around. And this is where we were talking about those utilities. It is for renters, rent. Utilities for both renters and homeowners. Mortgage assistance, and more. And how do you get these incredible sums of money? You go right into the membership newsletter. You go right down the membership newsletters till it tells you where to call, what to say, and how to say it. And you're going to be calling about 15 plus places. Sure, you're going to be calling a lot of places. We were talking about utilities earlier in this video. So you're going to be calling not only government agencies, but also nonprofits. And this is the wonders of doing this now for many reasons. 1, because people are not competing against you. 2, you're getting a rapport set up between you and the paying agency. And number 3, you're learning the skill set if you've never done this before and you're just new to this channel. And you're going to win so well. Look at the success stories. $20,000 to $30,000 for rent. If you want to go get check C, look at these utilities. Mark's brother-in-law got $15,000. You want $15,000 for utilities? Go get check C. Snap. Mark's brother-in-law is getting $25,000 a year over 10 years, $250,000 combo. All right, here we go to the combos. Now, Nisi at the time got $23,000, but she keeps on going back and getting check C's all the time. Most of them are utility bills or rent, and she's getting another $800, another $2,000, another $5,000. She's upwards of $5,000 now. Excuse me, $50,000 now. Mark, he was at $32,000. You see the graphic there. He went from $32,000 to 50,000 to 100,000 to 166 because he got check B. Lorraine, she's in all the evenings LA shows on the live chat at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time nightly. And she keeps on having success stories. A couple $800 here, another $900 there. It adds up. She's now over $125,000. This is why it's so important, because when you're getting this money, you're doing a couple things. One, you're increasing your savings, as I said earlier in this recording. Number two, you're getting that relationship set up between you and the payor. Let's say it's a particular nonprofit that's helping you for the gas bill, for example. And it may only be, $150 in the month of June and July and August. You're trying to get 3 months. Then when you go back to them in a few months from now and you try to get further months, let's try to get 5 months or 6 months or 4 months, they'll remember you, and you will not be competing against the angry, scared, frantic non-subscriber, non-viewer who says, I just got hit with $1,000 bill and they're going to turn it off. I don't know what to do. That person is going to speak in a very frantic way with the person on the other side of the phone. You're not going to be that person, because you have developed the skill of being able to talk politely, professionally, concisely, and explain this is what you need assistance with now. So when you call back again in a few months, they're going to get used to you. And the more you do one of these, you're going to do a lot of them, because you're going to make 15 phone calls. You're not just get the water, the electric. You can also get the electric for the AC in the summer, very, very high. So you're going to do as many of them and develop that skill set as best as you can. 3 things you need to do. First, subscribe to this channel. Go under this video right now, hit that subscribe button. Number 2, there's a little bell at the front of this channel. Hit that bell so that sure it's set to all ALL notifications. And number 3, go into this video and become a member. See people in the live chat that have emoji next to their name of a Purple Hawk, they are members. Hit that membership button and become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP. Get that membership newsletter Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time via the YouTube alerts. That's West Coast time. That's West Coast time. Know your time zone. If you're East Coast, it's 10. If you're Central, it's 9. You'll get an alert that says new LA post. It'll say membership newsletter. It'll say go to the post. You click it, you go into the post, and that is the wonderful newsletter. In the last 48 hours, a lot of organizations, a lot of institutions, a lot of persons have been coming out and talking about this economy. And you know what? Their comments are really incorrect, and I want you to be prepared for it. What's going on? Janet Yellen appeared on broadcast media on Sunday. Joe Biden appeared on broadcast media on Friday. And Jay Powell appeared on broadcast media on Friday. And all 3 of them said stuff that really no one would ever buy. Jay Powell said on Friday that he's getting inflation down to 2%. For the 1,000th time he said this. No one buys this. I've been saying this since spring. He's getting inflation down to February. He's getting inflation down to 4%. Congressional Budget Office, Department of Labor, and Wall Street all agree he's not getting it down to 2%. And yet he continually repeats that. Janet Yellen appeared on broadcast media yesterday, says, we can survive not going into recession. How? She didn't answer how. She made it sound, we just, rub our hands together and light some sticks and create a fire. Yeah, she didn't say how. The situation is you got to get gasoline. If you're missing 3.5 million barrels of gasoline per day, you're going into recession. And then on Friday, the President of the United States said, we're a great, strong economy. We can avoid a recession. Boy, we can be the best economy in the world. But if we're missing 3.5 million barrels of gasoline a day, we're going into recession. It's literally that straightforward. Why do I bring this up? The reason I bring this up is because I don't want you to be led astray by people making you think that things are better. Now, it's funny that it's coming from my mouth. I'm the spirit of optimism. I'm the spirit of inspiration. I'm the spirit of motivation. But I'm also not the spirit of sugarcoating anything. I never sugarcoat anything. And I got to say, in the last 7 days, even today, there's a lot of sugarcoating out there. You saw that report earlier where someone said, oh, Bitcoin found a resistance level today. Great. It's not going to have a resistance level for a very long time because it's 2 more years of going down. People saying, oh, certain stocks found a resistance. They're showing some support. Stocks are going from where they are right now, down 26% in a bear market, to a bear market plus a recession. That's 48% down. So why talk about it as though good times are here to roll? Not happening. And then when we talk about that housing market report that came out this morning, it says it's not going to be as bad as 2007. Great, thank you. It's not going to be as bad as the Civil War. It's just you see this, you see the repetition that's happened the last few days. Everyone wants to say it's not going to be as bad as it was when there was a foreclosure on every corner. It's not going to be that bad. There'll just be a foreclosure every other corner. It's just, I don't know what they're doing out there. And the White House, Jay Powell, it is all starting to turn into like a sugarcoating paradise. What I need you to know is that there's going to be two type of people. And the two type of people are people who watch this economy on a regular hourly basis by watching the new videos on this channel. And then people who just sort of, check in on the economy every few months. How's that economy? I haven't looked at the economy for the last few months. How's it been? I don't know. Yeah, I just haven't really looked. I assume it's the same as February, isn't it? I'll check in on this economy a few months from now and see if it's okay. Oh my goodness, everyone went bankrupt? What happened? Yeah, those type of people are going to be left by the wayside. Over the weekend, some people are asking me the following question, and I want to answer it right now because it's a great question. Viewers said, should we advocate for the Build Back Better Act right now? When do you think the vote on the Build Back Better Act is going to happen? What about the Build Back Better Act? Here's what I want you to know, is I believe that the Build Back Better Act will get passed, but there's no way the Build Back Better Act would ever get you a check in your hand before phase 2 starts, September. There's no way Build Back Better Act will give you a check in your hand. And you can't risk that type of financial situation. It's going to be really hard to survive phase 1. It's going to be extremely hard to survive phase 2. And you need these checks right today. So I need you to spend your time watching the videos daily, the new videos every day, mornings, afternoon, evenings, watching an LALATE live at 5:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time nightly. I need you to watch the videos so you know where this economy is, so you prepare your family, yourself, your household by getting as much stimulus as possible, raising your savings and removing any debt instruments in that household that are variable. And then preparing yourself by getting as much checks as possible. When you're not watching a video, I need you going out and getting checks and getting another check and then getting a check thereafter. Finally, some great news. Your benefits go one up. And on Evenings LA tonight, I'll go over more about that in detail, but here's what's going on. Your benefits are currently based upon COLA, and COLA is based upon a number called the CPI-W for the months of July, August, and September. Yes, COLA is only dependent upon 3 months of data, July, August, and September of the CPI-W. The CPI-W is a subsection of the CPI, which we went over earlier in this video. That is the number that surged out of control for the month of May when released 2 weeks ago. It is a number that went to 8.5% when it was only supposed to be 8.3%. When that data came out, Social Security, SS, looked at the data for the month of May and extrapolated, predicted that they believe that the July, August, September number will come in and will give you about a COLA raise about, this is the quote, about 8%. That's great news, folks. 8% is about $300 more per month, not just 1 year, not just 1 month, a lifetime. That is their prediction based upon what happened from that May number released a week ago. My prediction is that it's undervaluing the number. I believe it's going to be closer to a 9% raise. Why? Because the CPI-W, as you heard earlier in this recording, is based upon gasoline. If gasoline prices remain high, which I believe they are, if gasoline prices go higher, which I believe they are, the CPI-W will be higher in July, August, and September than it was in April or May. And if you believe that the White House does not have a solution lined up for gasoline, then you're likely to co-subscribe that the CPI-W will be higher and that it may likely track at 9%. The takeaway is we don't have to guess about this number because we will watch it as a family together in July, August, and September. And at that point, we'll understand a little bit better of where our benefits are going. Now, finally on Evenings LA tonight, we'll go over those two bills that are coming in. They were introduced last week from Liz Warren, Chuck Schumer, Bernie Sanders, and another legislator to swap your benefits out directly into inflation, CPI-E. We'll go over the latest on that. We'll go over more about those comments from Joe Biden and Janet Yellen. And we'll look more about where this recession is looming and why the American consumer may have it wrong. They may think we're already in recession today. We're not. For now, it's likely to happen, but not this year. It's happening in 2023. Gasoline prices will stay high, the CPI will stay high, and the Federal Reserve will raise those interest rates. For now, you need to get that fourth stimulus check in every U.S. state. Get that check A, get that check B, get that check C. Establish that relationship for that check C with the person or persons that pay that check C where you are. Lots of check Cs. Remember, you're going to get lots of different check Cs. And get that relationship now before the economy turns south, before the cold winter months come in, the bills go higher, and the people start to storm and ask for lots of assistance. You get that relationship set up right today and start getting paid today. Get that fourth stimulus check in every U.S. state. Become a member. Go on to this video. The toast is toast and the butter is butter and the coffee is brewing. Next up is Noontime. This video will automatically take you to the Noontime show. Stay here, stay informed, and then join me this afternoon with a brand new Afternoons LATE at 3 o'clock and a brand new Evenings LATE at 5 o'clock, followed by a big Evenings LATE live at 5:45. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay with LA for more.